I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, we have a not only open house, an open neighborhood coming up from 4 to 7. I'm going to tell you all about it. Dallas Lehman will be here to tell you how to qualify to buy that next dream home. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. If you've been threatened by the IRS, you're not helpless. I'm attorney Justin Clark. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and to fight levies on your account. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your life.
This is a special offer from IQ Power Solar.
Stop paying high electric bills with a solar power system from IQ Power Solar. And now it's never been easier. IQ Power Solar can give you immediate electric bill relief right now when you go solar. IQ Power Solar will reimburse you for your very next electric bill. Plus, if you're a first responder, IQ Power Solar will pay your program payment for the rest of the year. Call 407-585-1018 now or visit iqpowersolar.com.
And welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, renter, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, and today I mean multiple open houses, all from your living room with my attorney advice throughout the show. If you have any questions whatsoever during the program, I have people standing by. 407-205-0400. If you want to start your house hunt for your dream home this weekend, Dallas Lehman, you have mortgages standing by to get you pre-qualified as well. Same phone number, 407-205-0400. Great show today, and I mean great. You will not want to miss one single minute, but first it's time for my opening statement. The opening statement today is brought to you by my good friends at IQ Power Solar, and thank goodness for IQ Power Solar, and thank goodness I went solar last year because October 15th was my tax day, and it was looking very ugly, but because I went solar, I saved $10,000 on my tax return. I was going to have to write the check to the IRS for 10 grand, but because I went solar, I had to write a check for zero. All the while this summer, I saved so much money every month on my electricity bill. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made real estate-wise was to go solar. Call Stephen Bader, their COO, right now, 407-205-0400. Steve, tell us how you saved me all that money. Live here on site with the COO of IQ Power Solar, Stephen Bader. I already had solar installed on my house. I wanted to see his crew in action against Steve. You must admit, this is the most talented crew in all of solar.
I'm pretty happy with it.
I mean, the guys are doing a great job up there, obviously, professional. I mean, solar can have some people and some businesses that aren't so good. What separates IQ Power Solar?
Well, it's really valuable to have your own install crew instead of subcontractors, etc. So these guys work together year after year. They've done a lot of trainings together. Every time there's a new product that comes to market, they go to manufacturer trainings. We're actually a warranty center for a lot of manufacturers, which is really cool, and it distinguishes us, especially when it comes to servicing. But really, it's just about cohesiveness. You know, these guys, they get here in the morning, they review the engineer drawings together. Sometimes they review the drawings in the office on a chalkboard environment when there's problems and stuff like that. But they lay it out and then just execute. So it's really cool when they have a lot of experience together, just like anything else.
There's something to be said for one truck, two trucks, three trucks, all with the logo on there. Everyone has the same shirt, IQ Power Solar. I mean, this is a real professional organization.
We try.
And Stephen Bader, IQ Power Solar, thanks for coming out today.
Of course.
Do you want to feature your home for free on our show? My name is Vivian Lehman with You Have Realty, and we've come up with a comprehensive marketing strategy to get your home sold quickly. Whether buying or selling, we have all the resources for your real estate transaction: builder, insurance, title, mortgage, and we might even know Justin Clark. All under one roof. Call us at 407-205-0400.
Today we're going to talk all things this market. I mean, I told you last week this might be the hottest real estate market that, at least since I've been here, that I've seen. And I'm talking about even 2005, 2006, which was incredibly hot. This market is crazy. But I think a lot of you are thinking now, well, it's so crazy that maybe I shouldn't buy in Florida right now because it's ultimately going to drop. I don't think I agree with that. And let me tell you why I am bullish on this market here. Number one, comparatively speaking, the prices here are low. Look at the house prices in Connecticut, New York. House prices here, even though it's hot here, are still significantly less than they are up north. Also, tons of people moving here. Last year, I told you we had 900 people a day moving to Florida. That number's going up. There's no doubt about it. People are leaving the big cities, coming to Florida, which I think is going to keep this market pretty hot. And then our property taxes here, low. New Jersey, average $8,000 a year. Here, average of about $2,000 a year on the same exact house. And then let's just talk about the weather and the beaches. People want to be in Florida. I'm bullish on this market. Don't let people telling you that it's a hot market, it's a seller's market, scare you away from wanting to buy right now. Another thing that comes up a lot, though, is people say, look, the market is great. I want to sell right now. But if you do sell, you might want to buy another house as opposed to rent. This double closing, the simultaneous closing, how does that work? You want to upsize, you want to downsize. You've got to sell your house now, but then buy another house on the same day. How does that process work? We're going to tell you all about that today on this Saturday afternoon. And now it's real questions. Every Saturday here on You Have Real Estate, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today on the show, returning guests, old news guys. It's Lee Goldberg and Gary Cole. Gentlemen, welcome back. How are you?
Great to be here as always.
Love being in studio.
Absolutely.
We all worked together in 2005 and 6, and then certainly during the decline in 2009, 10. I mean, how does this market really compare, Lee, to what we were dealing with in 06?
Well, I was still in television in 06.
Oh, that's right.
I was here at Channel 6 doing the sports in 2006. But the OG over here, G Money, he's the guy who got me into real estate, obviously. But in 2009, totally different. But the market right now is absolutely unbelievable. But 06, that's
I got to tell you a story.
Right there.
2006, I was working at a condo project. It was near Disney. And all these foreign investors were literally coming in with suitcases of cash. I am not kidding, dropping down money. And this is for properties that we built in maybe a year. I'll never forget looking at my list. I had over 10, 15, $20 million in deals on paper. But like they say in sports, you don't build them on paper. Everything collapsed. I think maybe 10% closed. Right. At least now we're getting legitimate deals. These are not inflated deals people are buying, trying to flip. These are people that are buying homes that they're going to live in. The investor market's not like it was back then. So these are people that are putting down, in most cases, 10 or 20%. They're not getting 110% financing, pocketing 10%, and then when they can't make their mortgage payment, they go, okay, I have my money, I walk away. So it's not the same at all.
But clearly we are in the middle of a pandemic. Who would have thought we'd be sitting here in this crazy seller's market? And I've been preaching this for months now, but am I lying, or is that what you're really seeing down in the trenches? Is this market as crazy and hot as I see it?
I've never seen anything like it in my 11 years of real estate. And the first 12 days of the lockdown, after everything that I've built and Gary and I have built over the last 2 years to get us to this point where last year was so awesome, I'm sitting there, oh my God, everything that we did is just gone. And it was 12 days where nothing was happening. Then all of a sudden, boom. And I've seen nothing like this. I think I did over 20 million in sales in the first 90 days of lockdown. Is that accurate? Something close to that?
Yeah. And
the numbers have been absolutely astounding. And what we're seeing is two things. We're seeing people still moving down here for jobs or moving states that we, Connecticut and New York, but they're not running like, oh my God, I got to get away from the taxes and the traffic and the politics and the snow. It's not necessarily that. They have a reason to come down. Or it's people taking advantage of the ridiculously low interest rates and finally buying that home or buying that next home.
Does this market collapse anytime soon?
I think no, and I could tell you why, but Gary, if you want to go first.
No, again, because people are putting money down to buy. They're not getting 100% financing, and they're not really investors. They're buying to live in the home themselves, and if you're going to live there, okay, if things go down, you don't need to sell. You're living in the house. What are you going to just sell, and then where are you going to go? Try to get a rental somewhere?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
You ride it out, and plus with the interest rates, we sold the house a while ago, and the guy was nervous. Oh, what if the market goes down in the next 2 years? Also, but the interest rates are 3%. So if they do go down, it's chances are the interest rates are going to go way up, and you're at the same position anyway.
Yeah,
I look at it like this. I sell in two states, right? Nevada and Florida, in Las Vegas, Orlando. And what we're seeing is very, very similar. You've got Southern California moving to Vegas. You've got the Northeast moving to Orlando. Why is that happening? Multiple reasons. For some of the reasons I mentioned, which aren't exactly the full reasons, but it's about affordability. And when you talk about taxes being $8,000 in Connecticut versus average $2,000 down here, people looking for, hey, maybe I need a change. Let's start over and let's go to get some good schools and some sunshine, people are going to be moving and moving and moving here to Central Florida. It is not stopping anytime soon, in my opinion.
I totally agree with you. I'm bullish on this market without question. And again, if something happens, you lose a job and you do have to downsize, with the interest rates you're getting right now at 2.8% in some people, you'll be able to rent that house for a profit.
Yep.
I mean, every single house out there right now, if you look at the same exact house, the rental rate is going to be more than what you're going to pay at a mortgage at 2.8%, or even if it's 3%. These rates are absolutely crazy.
And if the market does collapse for whatever reason, everyone will be in the same boat. You're just going to be in the boat with the lowest interest rates and some equity in your home, most likely. And so you're actually going to probably be, at least in an ocean liner, that's more comfortable than the dinghy if you're going to be in a boat.
And Gary's exactly right. What happened back in 2006 is they were giving away mortgages, a pulse and a pen, you got a mortgage. You could be...
You have a busboy were getting 3 homes they were buying.
Yeah.
How are they doing it? You know?
So that market was bound to collapse. Now they're not just giving away mortgages like they were. That being said, it's not super difficult to get a mortgage now, but you have to at least show that you're working or you've been self-employed for a couple years. So they're not just giving away mortgages like they were back then.
I've been seeing some of our customers have been recently police, teachers, nurse, veterans. They are taking advantage of the situations with their job stability and the interest rates right now, and they're doing very, very well.
Let's talk about this double close for a minute, or simultaneous closing, where, okay, I see the market's great. I think this is a great time to sell my house, but I want to buy something a little bit bigger. Or the kids went to college, I want to buy something a little bit smaller. Is that a possibility? Can I do this simultaneous close where I sell my house now and buy something at the same time?
You can. And one of the problems, we've had a few of these situations where if someone's going to buy your house, for example, and you don't have a place, you haven't found the new house yet because the market's tight. Some of these places you get 5, 6 offers on, you're losing out left and right on homes. Then you got to be able to figure out if the buyer is willing to lease it back to you for a month or 2 months or a few weeks. That's where the concern is. How do you get out of your house and get into something right away, especially if you don't know when the closing date is going to be of the house that you're trying to buy?
And that's why you hire the right people, like Lee Goldberg or Gary Cole or someone like that, because we've been in these situations so many times. We know how to navigate them. Sometimes they'll blow up. I've got one happening right now with my parents' house blowing up on both sides. But I've been through this so many times. We're going to figure a way to keep it together. No one's ever going to be homeless. It can be stressful at times. That's okay. Don't let it ever be stressful, all right? Don't ever let it get to you, because this is just a business move right now, and don't let it get personal. The professionals who are working for you will figure a way to get it done for you. Remember, the most important thing is sell your home. You can't sell your home to buy the new, unless you got to sell your home to buy the new home. So you got to take care of problem A, then we'll take care of problem B.
I mean, any agent can put your house on MLS, I guess. I mean, I think it's the other stuff that you're talking about, especially in this sort of simultaneous deal, that really makes the difference with the agent that you choose.
You know, we've been saying this for years. You know, any agent can just put a home in the MLS and pray to God they get slapped in the face with a contract, okay? That's easy. This business is easy in terms of what you're supposed to do. The thing of and why you hire the right person is because of not only their experience, but when the problems do arise, okay? When there are inspection issues, when there are appraisal issues, when there are closing time issues, when you've got issues with the other realtor or even the lender who, you know, for some reason just doesn't want to be a nice person that day. Right? There's so many factors that go involved behind the scenes that people do not see. They never see it. You don't see it on HGTV. You don't see it, period. But there's things that happen behind the scenes, and you know, it can be difficult, but we get it done, and that's the key, is hiring the right person.
You see more people upsizing or downsizing? What do you think?
I think what we're seeing right now is more people probably upsizing, definitely, unless they're older and then maybe they're going into condos. I had one lady downsized, bought a condo. But for the most part, yes, and with the interest rates, you can buy more home, so you're definitely able to upside and get something a lot nicer.
Absolutely. What are some of the dangers of this simultaneous closing?
Well, we just had a classic. I mean, Dallas can. So we had one where it's a simultaneous closing. We sell the house, but the person that's buying the home had a problem. They were foreign buyers because of the pandemic. I guess that lender went out of business. So all of a sudden, they can't close on time. They get a new lender. Lender said we're going to close. Meanwhile, the house they were buying would not extend the closing without a $30,000 non-refundable deposit.
Non-refundable. Okay.
It wasn't even $1 million home, mind you.
30. Okay. And I said, wait a second. We can't advise our client to put down a $30,000 deposit when we're on the mercy of another lender. You
Right.
know how some of these guys, it's 98% is
Of
going to
course.
close. Yeah, well, that 2% is going to cost them $30,000.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't do it. We had to cancel. Fortunately, we found them another home, and they were able to rent that home out for a month while the loan was done. And then the other people closed and moved into the house they were selling.
The power of having an agent with connections and going through this stuff. I mean, that makes all the difference. It really does.
Well, I'll say this about this town. The top agents, we all know each other.
That's true.
And we all work really, really well with each other. The problems come about when it's the agents who are unseasoned, new, or think that they are the God's greatest thing to real estate. And the truth of the matter is you got to have a top person. I know everyone wants to have their family or their friend. Hey, I got news for you. I don't want my family or friends as customers. Okay, I really don't. I like to hand them off. You got to build your business and take care of people in the general public. And people are like, well, if I don't take care of my sister, she's going to get mad at me. No. This is the biggest thing in your life. You need to make sure this is airtight and that there are no issues and that you hire the right people. So I will say, again, that the realtors that you have had on your show, we all know each other.
That's right.
And we all play nice, and we all say, okay, let's get it done and move on to the next.
Even if there's
everyone's
a
happy.
disagreement, we know it's business. I mean, it's not like we're going to have a big fight about it. It's business.
You'd be surprised with what some of these realtors try to pull.
I see it all
I
the
had one
time.
the other day who's tried pulling. We're canceling the deal because your repairs weren't made. We're like, they were made.
Yeah.
There's a $2 piece that's on back order. It'll be here any day. You defaulted on your loan. Don't try to even pull that on us.
I totally agree. So we talk about open houses on this show a lot. We have a very special neighborhood right now that's going to have a lot of open houses. It's like this is like a full neighborhood
almost
open house, and maybe in one of the still more affordable parts of town. If some places are not affordable, this place is still where you can get a good bang for your buck.
You get great bang for your buck here.
We're going to show two properties here, but I want to be very clear. We're having an open house 4 to 7 tonight in this neighborhood.
Four homes.
You can see a bunch of different properties in this neighborhood. Again,
different.
it's tonight, 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. And let's start with this 14573 Spotted Sandpiper. Tell me about this property.
The first one on the screen is 14749 Spotted Sandpiper.
Okay.
Switch that on you in pre-production there. Sorry about that.
No, it switched back, I think, is what the problem is.
This home is probably the best value in all of Winter Garden. Now, this community, by the way, is Summer Lake. It's called Horizon West is the area, right behind the Magic Kingdom, right off the 429. It might seem farther away, but it's not. It's 25 minutes downtown. I get my daughter to school downtown. By the way, happy birthday, baby. Get her downtown in 25 minutes to school. Look at a pool home. The price of this home, to find a pool home under $500, by the way, in Winter Garden is very, very tough to do. And this community, incredible Disney fireworks views. There's an elementary school, Summer Lake Elementary, inside the community. Walking trails, dog park, pool, all the amenities. But this home in particular, almost over 3,000 square feet. Look at the size of that island, by the way. That you need to put a GPS SOS if you lose your keys on the island. That thing is so big. So this home here, 14749 Spotted Sandpiper, one of the best values of a pool home in Winter Garden. In Horizon West.
Now, I'm coming down there tonight, by the way, from 4 to 7, and I know where to go. But let's say I'm watching the show right now.
Yeah.
Should I go to a certain address? Where should I show up to go check these open houses out?
Well, either come to one of the addresses you see on the screen right now. You could go to my social media. Goldberg the Realtor will be all over that too. But it's very simple. Follow the signs. Get to Summer Lake and Winter Garden off of exit 15 and 429. There'll be signs everywhere for you guys to see. We've got 4 open houses, and this one right here, 14573 Spotted Sandpiper. This is the old Bayside model of D.R. Horton. There's very few of these, by the way, and very few on the market. 6 bedrooms, one of the biggest homes, and again, also under 500, one of the best values in Central Florida. By the way, also gas. There's gas in this entire community, and this home here has got the deluxe kitchen, the double ovens. So these homes in this community, when you talk about upside, again, I live in Summer Lake. I've been here for 5 years. Come by, say hello to me. It's such an awesome community. It's super close to everything. The 429 is the way to go around Central Florida. You've got Winter Garden schools. You're at Windermere High School. Bridgewater Middle, Summer Lake Elementary, Disney fireworks views. You're 5 minutes from the back entrance to the Magic Kingdom. Just a fantastic community and area. And again, open houses 4 to 7 tonight.
Let's say I'm shy. I've never been to an open house.
Okay.
So I want to come because I want to go into these houses. I want to see what's going on, but I'm a little bit shy. How does it really work? When I show up there, what happens? Should I be shy about this?
No, go on in. And so here's what happens at an open house, right? If you have a realtor, go with your realtor or let them know that you have a realtor. The realtor who is at the open house, they want to show you that home and they want to sell you that home. They're also going to see how can they be a best of service to you whether that home doesn't work out. And it is a genuine, how can I help you? Sure, everyone wants to get more business, but if you're coming in, you obviously don't know, or no, I don't want to say you obviously don't know what you're doing. You know, a lot of people know what they're doing, but if you're this shy new buyer that you're talking about, not sure what they're doing, if you walk into an open house, you could actually learn a lot of stuff from that realtor. Ask them the right questions. It doesn't have to be necessarily just about that home. It could be about the market. How about the process of how to buy a home? But you should never be shy. Open doors, open cabinets. You're there to look at that home to purchase the home, right?
Absolutely.
Why else are we doing it?
Absolutely. Open house is good, Gary, you think? What do you think?
You know, a lot of times they're good for the realtors too, because like Lee was saying, you know, you get a lot of leads out of that. But ideally, you're there to try to sell that house.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, we've had a lot of success with open houses. Absolutely.
I would invite you out tonight. We're going to put it on the screen right now to a beautiful neighborhood. But this is not just one house. You can come to this neighborhood and see at least 4 different houses. We can tour 4 houses together. Lee Goldberg will be there. Gary Cole will be there. I will be out there. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. tonight. You will not want to miss it. The only thing I can't promise, you might put an offer on something like this tonight. I mean, once you see these beautiful homes, you might fall in love.
And also pre-approval there too with Dallas Lehman too, so we'll be able to make that happen.
Gary Cole, thank you so much for joining me today. Lee's going to stick around for a few minutes. We're going to bring Dallas Lehman on here after this very quick break because I want to talk about this simultaneous closing again, where you sell your house now, but you want to buy something immediately. Can you qualify for a mortgage before you've sold the house that you're in now? We'll talk to Dallas Lehman about that after this very short break. You Have Real Estate will continue.
Just in case you haven't heard lately, mortgage rates are at historic lows. In my entire career, I have never seen them dip this low. Now may be your best time to own your dream home and stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent, refinance to a lower rate to save money on your monthly mortgage payment, or pay off high-interest credit card and other debt. My name is Dallas Lehman, president of You Have Mortgage. No one knows when rates will begin to climb again, but they will and can go back up quickly. Call me today so we can tailor your historic rate and program. Our premier Under One Roof team is here to provide our very best for you.
Maybe the hottest real estate market we've seen in Central Florida, but you want to sell because you want to upsize or possibly you want to downsize. How does this work? Simultaneous closing. You want to sell your house now, but you don't want to rent, so you want to buy something at the very same time. And we call it a simultaneous closing. Welcome in Dallas Lehman, the owner of You Have Mortgage.
Thanks, Justin.
Dallas, welcome back. How are you?
Great. Good to see you.
Let me just get it right out of the gate. Is it possible? Can I do this? Can I sell my house now, buy something 2 days later, but still qualify for a mortgage before I've sold the house I'm in now? How does it work?
Happens every day of the week. It's one of the transactions you do have to pay a lot of attention to. You want to get everything organized up front to do this. Yes, you can pre-qualify somebody for this. Yes, you can pre-approve somebody for this. The bottom line is the biggest thing when it comes to this is proceeds from the sale. That's the number one thing we want to find out when they're going to sell their home, when they're going to close on that first home to buy the new home that we're going to pre-qualify, pre-approve them for. And then number 2 is what are they walking away with proceeds from that sale? As long as you identify those 2 things up front, it's fine. It is a little trickier than most transactions. Lee, Gary both had a great point on both of those things. I think what you said is very crucial. The parties that work together, the realtor, the mortgage person, are what's going to make it happen. The biggest thing, the biggest part of that relationship is communication.
Oh, boy.
You have to communicate back and forth. Hey, how's that going? Or, has this changed? Oh, your proceeds were $60,000. Now because of this or that, they might be $55,000. Are we still okay? Absolutely, we're okay. We had a recent transaction. It's a joy to work with Lee and Gary on this. Little hiccup along the way. No fault
Every deal's got a hiccup. Show me a deal that doesn't have a hiccup. I'll find you a realtor that's lying to you.
Exactly right. And again, there's one of the contingencies that you like to plan for. But the bottom line is, hey, we went smooth. The lender on the other side had a little problem. They couldn't get it done. We were sitting there on the other side of the transaction. We had it clear to close. We were ready. We made the adjustment. We moved the clear to close. We closed on time. I went to the closing. The borrowers were ecstatic by the job the realtors performed. Everybody was happy. And yes,
Well, you're no slouch yourself, by the way.
well, thank you. I appreciate that, Lee. Thank you very much. But the bottom line is, it is a transaction. It happens every day. It's doable, and people should take advantage of it.
Well, what about this? What if I want to start renting the house I'm in now and then go buy something else? I want to take advantage of the interest rates where they are, so I want to rent the house I'm in now, buy something bigger. Is that a possibility?
Definitely a possibility, and that's something where, again, realtor and lender need to be in concert with each other, because my job is going to be to put that home on the market and make sure that it's going to be a quality renter who's going to be able to pay every month.
Yeah.
So Dallas can do his job to help use that, and I'll let you explain how that works towards the loan.
Exactly. Well, the rental thing is, that's a feature you just have to always, again, be aware of. What's the timing of the rental? And we touched on this, or the realtors did a moment ago. A lot of times what you want to do is you want to rent that house back in case there is a little contingency. Hey, you know what? We were going to close on the 5th. We found out that we can't close until the 10th. Well, then we just do, or longer. Then the owner can do a rental, a rent back to the person and go that way. But renting the house, that's another transaction that I like to do. I like to talk about them to say, hey, instead of selling that home, do you want to make that a rental property and still buy your new home, thereby that rental property, when you rent it out, it pays the note or the nut of what you have on that home instead of selling it. And thereby you have a rental property, it produces income, and you have a new property.
And letting the value go up.
Exactly.
And if you needed to take some equity out of this one to put towards into this one, now you're sitting with two vehicles for your future financial success.
There are many ways to skin the proverbial cat, but the way that you should go about it is by talking to the real experts. At Lee Goldberg, expert when it comes to real estate. We trust him with any deal that we do. When it comes to mortgages, Dallas Lehman is your expert. You need to talk to the experts when you make these, what are really the biggest financial decisions of your life. Also, Dallas, great job today, by the way. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
But we have an awesome open house. 4 different houses. Lee, tell me about this neighborhood one more time. And Derek and Ryan, put it up on the screen if you would as well. 4 to 7 tonight. Where is this, Lee?
So this is all happening in the Summer Lake community in Winter Garden of Horizon West. You might have heard of Hamlin. You might have heard of Horizon West. It's right off the 429 off exit 15, New Independence Parkway. 5 minutes from the back entrance of the Magic Kingdom. Fireworks views from all over the community and from a lot of the homes. We've got 4 different homes, all on the market with some of the best value in all of Central Florida. One home in particular with the pool is one of the best values in all of Winter Garden. We've got a 6-bedroom home. That's a steal. We've got a 1-story, 3-bedroom home right now that is phenomenal. And all these homes, by the way, that you should know are all upgraded. They're all in fantastic shape. There's no work that needs to be done. These are, and by the way, and if you were try to do an investor special, if you want to get a home to find someone to, these homes rent out so quick and absolute top dollar. So come on down to Summer Lake, Horizon West. We're there from 4 to 7. If you got any question where to go, just hit me up on social at Goldberg the Realtor.
Excellent job, guys. If you want to get pre-approved for your dream house right now, Dallas Lehman will be on the phones right now, 407-205-0400. Same phone number if you want to talk to Gary or Lee about the open house or any other real estate you'd like to see. Call us at that very same phone number. I'm attorney Justin Clark, and I'll see you next week on You Have Real Estate.